Sri Lanka, the pearl of the Indian Ocean. An island rich with sunny beaches, lush paddy fields and flowing rivers boasts nearly 2000 millimeters of rainfall on average each year. But did you know that more than 50% of the country's rainfall goes to the sea and cannot be utilized? Sri Lanka experiences cycles of wet and dry periods. Today, however, due to an increase in climate variabilities, we are no longer able to predict when these seasons will be, resulting in economic, social and environmental issues for communities depending on agriculture for their livelihoods. Recognizing the range of issues Sri Lanka is facing due to rapidly changing climate patterns, a dialogue was held in August 2018, focusing on water security and climate variability. The dialogue covered a wide range of water and climate-related topics. Here are some of the findings.
Sri Lanka has 10 ministries with portfolios related to water and more than 20 departments involved in water resource management. What it does not have is a working policy on water use and resource management.
There is a clear need for Sri Lanka to work on integrated urban water management, not just by looking at flood models or embankments to divert water, but by assessing overall urban water and land usage. The responsibility for water management must lie within one institution with the ability to undertake high-level decisions on water. Given that there are currently multiple agencies focusing on water management, a national water resource policy needs to be formulated and effectively enforced, one which will lay out a clear blueprint for all departments to adhere to. It is also imperative that the private sector takes a much more proactive role in this scheme by being more accountable with relation to the manufacturing nature of their products and services. Larger conglomerates must employ a higher degree of scrutiny into their production processes and ask of themselves, are they contributing to a significantly higher water usage or pollution of water? If yes, incorporating those aspects into their pricing would be a prudent step in the right direction. Virtual water or hidden water behind a product or commodity needs to be considered during agricultural planning in order to ascertain which crops should be prioritized and which should be grown instead of being imported. This is where the term big data comes in. But before I move on, perhaps I better explain a bit more about what virtual water really is. Virtual water is the term given to the volume of water used to produce goods and services. So, for instance, hypothetically speaking, 1 kilogram of chicken may contain approximately 10,000 liters of water, while a single apple may contain about 70 liters of water. Virtual water is the water that is required to feed and rear the chicken or grow the apple. As simple as that is, it begs the question why data and evidence are so important when making policy decisions. Solutions involving big data, remote sensing information and drone data are actually available for use, but what we need is for the responsible authorities to integrate such solutions into existing systems and make this data available to stakeholders ranging from farmers to policymakers. But what about gender? Does gender come into play here? Well, of course it does. The involvement of women in agriculture is severely underreported. Around 33% of women in Sri Lanka are employed in the agricultural sector. Essentially what these numbers mean is that nearly 40 to 50% of the entire agricultural workforce of Sri Lanka are female. Despite the contribution made by the women to the Sri Lankan economy, a third of the households in the estate sector still need to walk several kilometers away from their households just to access water. Yet another burden which most often falls upon the woman. For this reason, particularly when water security measures and through systems are evaluated, a greater emphasis must be placed on rainwater harvesting interventions and the disproportionate impact it has on women in rural areas. There is plenty to do on the part of both the government and the private sector. But where do you come in? You can help create and spread this awareness. Try to find ways to save and conserve water in your own households and offices. They may be great measures or even small ones. What matters is that they all count. Remember, every little bit counts for every single drop. And this is merely the beginning.
Be a part of the global change. Join the conversation today.